Ninth event, 1200 metre class 3. It's the Viva Pitaka handicap headed by Lucky Hero. Taking the blinkers off was behind Raging Storm last time out, finished fifth. He's £18 better off though with Raging Storm. Has won 2 of his 4 starts so far. Amazing Wonder makes his Hong Kong debut, a 3-time winner in the UK. Patch Baby, 2 out of 2 in Australia. Hong Kong debut for him, as it is for Telecom Brothers, albeit a belated one. He's had a couple of entries already. Salto Olympico, Victory Machine, very close to a class drop, and Magic Powers actually eligible for it.
This is how the speed map measures up. Patch Baby's interesting on his first run here in Hong Kong. He's got plenty of early speed, as has Happy Star, but he hasn't been able to sustain it of late. California Archer likes to go forward as well, so there should be plenty of pace here.
You would think so, yep. And let's start with Raging Storm, who was quite impressive last start, beating Bulb Elite, ran 1:8.96. It was a very polished performance. Speed at the first half of the race and speed at the second half of the race. So he showed quite a few strings to his bow. Amazing Wonder, former UK galloper, was able to win at 1400 and stretched out to almost 2000 in his most recent win before coming to Hong Kong. £1,061 he weighs. He's had a couple of trials. He'll get back early. Prepared to watch him. Nice enough horse this, Patch Baby, who had form in Australia. A couple of wins in New South Wales. Undefeated, actually, from his 2 starts. And he's got pace, and his trial recently was good.
Star of Africa, his name was, trained by Peter and Paul Snowden. All right, let's start off with Raging Storm, who'd been pretty disappointing the start before this as a $1.50 favourite unplaced, but bounced back here.
You just wonder whether or not it was the 1400 metres, the slow tempo of the 1400, because he was backed as if unbeatable on this occasion. If you want to stretch it back 3 starts, he won over 1400 metres, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just the young horse scenario. They can throw in a wobbly from time to time, but this was outstanding, this performance. He did a lot of work in the first half of the race. He did a lot of work in the second half, as I mentioned, in track work, and signs of a very talented galloper.
Yep, and there should be a pretty strong gallop here, and I think that suits him over 1200, so he's going to be the one to beat.
All right, OK. Well, what about Patch Baby on debut then? This is him trialling. He's had a couple of trials. Where's the blinkers? Yeah,
well, he's a two-start winner over in Australia prior to coming here, and he's had 2 trials in Hong Kong. Purton's been on for both of them. He keeps the faith here. Gate 11's a little bit tricky, but at least you know, you don't always know with some of these first starters if it's their trip, but this definitely is for him. I think he's interesting.
Yeah, interesting they took the option to geld him as well in February. So he raced in Australia back in September and October last year, was transferred to Hong Kong, gelded, and now we're seeing him appear. And here are the other ones.
Yeah, Telecom Brothers had some lameness issues, so still officially his debut, and this is Amazing Wonder too.
Yeah, Amazing Wonder will probably want a bit further than he gets at the moment. He was running over sort of 10 furlongs in the UK prior to coming here, and yeah, the other one, Telecom Brothers, given he's been taken out of a couple of races, I probably want to watch him so far.
Yeah, he has had a few lameness issues. I'm a bit like John. I'm happy to watch Amazing Wonder. Telecom Brothers is a 50-50 scenario for me. I'd be interested to hear what Jenny has to say about him in the paddock.
But it looks like Raging Storm possibly odds on again?
I would think so, Andrew. Yeah, look, I'm not a tomato sauce man at all, unless it's on my meat pie. But Raging Storm does look hard to tip against. Lucky Hero was disappointing for me last start. He was a big chance, I thought, with the blinkers on, but obviously it went the other way. They've taken them off now. He's drawn barrier 1. Patch Baby, Zach Burton's been aboard in most of his work and, of course, his 2 trials that he's had leading in. And Super Wise has been reasonably consistent. Don't know whether he can win, but from barrier 2 he can get a lovely run and run well enough to find himself in the frame. 2-1-5-4.
Yeah, Raging Storm on top for me. I think everything points to him running well and almost certainly winning again, although he'll not get a great price. Like California Archer's second-up effort not so long ago. That was a really quick second section they ran in that race as well. And he'll get a pretty decent pace here too, and he might just be able to settle off the back of that speed. So I like his chance as well as the price. Patch Baby in for third. I think he's an interesting debutant. And Lucky Hero, as Andrew said, is much better off at the weights with Raging Storm. But I think Raging Storm's going places. So win on the 2 for me.
Well, I quite like California Archer. Actually, trial looked good recently as well. So each way at $20, that'll do for me.